Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday evening slash Tuesday morning, Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. And exciting developments in crypto and Bitcoin has broken 66,000. Is 70,000 right around the corner? I think so. I've got a good Twitter post to look to share about this. So let's go to that. Okay, should be seeing my Twitter post here. And this is from CRG. I found this through the Good Morning Crypto newsletter that I get every weekday from the Crypto Banter group. I've recommended this many times. You guys might want to check it out. If you don't know how to get it, email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com and I'll send it over to you. So, Bitcoin is now 100 weeks into the cycle from its November 2022 low. And what I wanted to highlight is this language here. We had to repeat the last cycle time wise. Bitcoin is 4 weeks away from price discovery. Now, price discovery means it's breaking its all-time high, and we've got no frame of reference exactly where it's going to go. So that would be over 70K, around 73.3 or 73.4, I think is the all-time high. So with this information, if it follows this pattern, we could see 70K this week and all-time highs next week, later in the month. And then we are in uncharted waters for Bitcoin. And that kind of thing often brings up the altcoins too. Wouldn't surprise me if Ethereum caught a ride and Solana and some of the others. And then you have some Bitcoin dominance going. Please mute yourself if you're on the call. Thank you. But feel free to speak up if you have questions. So I thought I'd share that with you. And let's go to the Bitcoin chart. On the day chart, we've got this big fat green candle. And let me go over to the value. It's hanging around 66,000. Not sure if that's going to hold. It hit it yesterday, then dipped down into 65 and just kind of bouncing back and forth for a while. And it's hit the 66K level a few times in the past and hasn't broken through yet. So what I just talked about may not even happen. Could just hit 66K and bounce back down to 60 and maybe have that range between 60 and 66. There's more ETF action for Bitcoin. More people are buying that when they were withdrawing for a while there. So that's also good news as far as the financial institutions go.
Yeah, put
Okay,
up
then.
the 6 hour chart.
All right.
Looks like it just leveled off. That little one is red over here.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a reasonably strong resistance right here at 66K from late September. So it'll have to break this, obviously, to make much progress. Okay, and Ethereum, we did break through 25K to 26. So next resistance is here around 2,700. Yeah, the range has been between about 2,750 and 2,250 for the last couple months. And I'd like to see 2,500 hold as support. All right, well, that's the markets overall, in my view. Any questions, comments, or wild speculations before we head over to Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro, find some day trades and
I
short-term
have a
swing trades?
wild, I have a wild speculation. I like X, XLM and Ripple because they're supposed to be backed by gold, and they're starting to take off as of a couple of days ago.
Okay, let's look at, this is a little out of order, but why not? Let's look at XRP and XL. Start with XLM and go to
Yeah,
my 1 hour chart. Actually, I was having lunch with somebody here in Malaysia and he mentioned something about XRP. And it's my understanding that the XRP token is not necessarily connected to the banking functions that Ripple does. I don't know if that's changed or the Crypt Nation guys have talked about that in the past, but it's been a while. Okay, so on the hour chart, we've broken a recent high. Let's go on the 4 hour. Okay, there's plenty of room to move up here to 10 cents. We're at 9.3 now. So if you're looking at more of a longer swing, you could get in now. It's come above the green zone. We've got the buy signal on the super trend and the green signal on the Trendio LSMA. So it's all systems go on the 4 hour chart, and a retrace to about 7 to 10% would be reasonable. So that looks pretty good. I think there's other altcoins I think move better than this that I'd be more inclined to take a trade like this on. Going to the day chart, we've got resistance around 14 cents, and we don't have confirmation yet on either of the indicators on the day chart. But if you felt confident you want to get in now, you've got 17% to this resistance going back to July, and then 20% here where we were back in May, and 26 where we were back in April, and then up here in the red zone on the day chart, 48%, almost 50 if you go to the edge. So it's intriguing. You might be in it for a while, but I wouldn't criticize anybody who took this trade.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Take a quick look at XRP too.
XRP dropping a stable coin, RLUSD.
Yeah,
I think that's some bullish news.
I heard something about that too. Yeah, making a stable coin. I as a retrace trader, I don't love this setup. I like the XLM better. I mean, on the day chart, we've only got 15%, but the high is more recent. So, that's encouraging. That's late September. Yeah. If you want to take a shorter term trade for a smaller amount on XRP on the day chart, that works for me. All right, but we digress. Let's head back to our usual format because I, like most traders, like doing things the same every day. Routine, that's the word. All right, so let's go to Altcoin Alert. And I'm on the easy mode is off. Altcoin radar is on. I've got all the columns. I'm going to reload, get the most current information. And we've had mostly the same top 3 or 4 coins on the AA score. So I haven't been using this as much. We've looked at IQ and Moog and Pepe. This wrapped NXM is kind of a weird one, but let's look at IQ. Take a quick look at this one. And then I mentioned last week, is this the one that's on Blowfin? Yeah, it's a new exchange, or at least new to me.
I've been using Blowfin for about maybe a month.
Okay.
It was something new to me too. So far, no bad experiences, but still, seeing how it is.
All right. Well, Jose has more experience than I am on that one. Um, a trader I know, not really well, but who's pretty active on YouTube. David D Tech is recommending that one. So I've signed up for the affiliate, but I'm not recommending it yet either until I use it longer. But if you want to check it out, feel free. So here's IQ, and we're at the top of the zone. I think we're going to see this on most of the charts we look at today are going to be the top of the zone on the 15-minute chart. So I'm going to be considering these for shorts. If you're a spot trader, you're going to want to take the next long position. But instead of going down to the 20, you might want to go down to the 50. So let me review my chart setup here for those who are new or newish. I'm using the supply and demand visible range by LuxAlgo. And so I use the red zone is resistance, the green zone is support. And then I've got the RTI, relative trend index, I use for entries and alerts, and cumulative delta for confirmation on trend-based trading. So if you're interested in this layout, email me and I can send you a link to this copy so you don't have to create it from scratch. But essentially you find the indicators here and then you can just type in the name of it and it'll come up. Sometimes there'll be more than one version of it. Okay, so this one just broke down below the 80. So this could be a candidate to short. If you want the next long cycle, get that alert, right click on the RTI, add an alert crossing up. And you can choose the 50, which is the middle line, or the 20, which I think is safer. Once per bar close, we'll leave it on all day. Notifications, notify an app, which is a smartphone. Show toast notification, that's a pop-up on my laptop. Play sound also on my laptop, and there's a few to choose from. Okay, click create, and you're good to go. But I'm following some other coins today, so I probably won't take this one. Yeah, if you're going to use the 50, then you might want to use your cumulative delta for confirmation. Like let's look for a past example. We had a good entry on the 20 on this one here. You can see it broke into the red and then broke back up on the 20. Entry is here. Goes a little bit against us at first, then shoots up and 6% move into the red zone. I'm an experienced day trader, so I'm trading on leverage on a foreign exchange. I'm looking for 1 to 1.5% movement on the chart at 10x leverage. But for my spot trades, I tend to go for 3 to 5%, looking for the charts for retrace potential, which I see here, and up here in the red zone, 5%. Any of those would have been good. I'm going to have alerts going off probably during this broadcast, and they're probably going to be all shorts. So I'm going to take a quick look at this Uniswap. And yeah, it broke above the 80 and dipped down a little bit. But it's just kind of playing around on the 80. It's the annoying part of having alerts on all day. This alert went off, this alert went off, this alert went off. And I didn't take any of these trades because I wanted to see a more pronounced move down below the 80 before I took a short on it. Okay, so if you are trading on leverage, you might want to check out Uniswap to see if it makes that dip. All right.
On the Lux algo indicator,
Mm-hmm.
do you adjust any settings on that indicator specifically, or you just keep it default?
I think I changed the color. Yeah, I think they're blue and purple or something like that. I can't remember. It's been so long. So I changed supply to red and demand to green, equilibrium
Okay, but
to
the
I think
threshold
yellow.
and the 10 to 50, that stays the same.
Yeah, I didn't
You
do
didn't need
anything
to
with
adjust
that.
that.
Didn't do anything with that. Okay. So Uniswap. All right. So I'm going to break back to what we were talking about, which was IQ. And any questions on IQ as a day trade? I'm suggesting on the short side or the spot side, take a crossing up on the 20 or 50. Okay, let's go to the hour chart for a swing trade. Say, hey CJ, I don't want to trade 5, 10 times a day. I just want to do one trade and try to get 5 or 10%. Then this setup is for you. Came on the 1 hour IQ chart. I've got the same indicators for support and resistance, but I'm using the supertrend to help guide entries. And then the Trendio LSMA, which is a moving average indicator for confirmation. We're late to this one by a couple days. It almost dipped in the green zone and then went up. So we don't have a very good entry at the moment. So let's take a look at the 4-hour. Still in a buy zone. Still the green line. And I don't like this either. I'm not sure if we're going to find a good or an ideal swing trade setup today based on current market activity. 8-hour chart, about the same. Day chart. I've got one big wick here on this candle on a retrace. Even that, I don't like it. So this one might be played out, at least according to the charts. Now, it could break through on this and go through price discovery. That's always a possibility. And, there's nothing wrong with trading like that. It's just not how I trade. So if you want to catch the next buy signal, that's an easy alert to set. Right click on the supertrend. And to trade both directions, you can leave it on direction change. Buy for spot trading, sell to short on leverage. Buy here. And I'm usually going to leave this on only once. And this is the AA score purchase. Once you enter an alert name a few times, the trading view will remember it. I thought I was going to sneeze. All right. Alert's pretty much the same. I usually use a different sound for swing trades, maybe handbell. Okay, any questions on IQ as a day or swing trade? All right, let's go back to Altcoin Alert and look at a different sort. Social activity is the one I've been using the most lately. I'm trying to match up fire and thumbs up with the trading activity. And I'm looking for something I have a little knowledge about. So some of these, meme coins or lower volume coins. I could look at ENA. I've never looked at this one before. It's got fire on both. Let's look at something new. I have no idea about this coin, so I'm winging it here. ENA, USD. Okay, it's got more going on than I thought. I'm seeing almost all foreign exchanges. It is on Blowfin. So let's look at that chart. Okay. This is a swap contract chart. There might have been a spot trade in there too. I didn't really look for it, but yeah, it dipped below the 80 briefly and then came back up. So a little bit of a fake out on that short position. It's going to be like the others we've looked at, like the IQ chart we looked at. We're going to want to wait for a retrace down below the 20, but it didn't break down below the 20 here. So we had that entry here, which would have been really good. But the next break below the 50 was here. And it didn't break all the way to the 20. So you can see it didn't get that far. So this is why when the market's pumping, sometimes you'll want to use the 50 instead of the 20 on your RTI entries. And if you use the ladder buying technique, if it goes against you, like I usually talk about, you might want to hold some funds back for an additional entry if it does go against you, or maybe even a couple of them. And that was the last break below the 50 for this one. That was on Sunday. Otherwise, it's been above the 50, but it's dipped down several times. So I like this action because these are good day trades for me anyway. I get in here, 6%. That's a great entry, a great day trade. It only took an hour. Here's another one that's kind of low and get in. So you don't have to use the 50 if there's consistent action at, say, 60 or 70 or even 80. Even the market was really ripping earlier this year. I was doing 80s. So like this entry here, we're dip below the 80 and came back up. That entry would have been right about here. And 1.3%. Not great, but not bad either. So yeah, pretty good stuff on this one. For an alert on the RTI, right click, add an alert, crossing up, and then choose your entry. You can go with the 20, the more safe one, but less frequent. 50, just like it sounds in the middle, or 80, or all three, and have a bunch of alerts going off. And notifications would be the same as I showed you on the prior day trade. Any questions on ENA as a day trade? All right, let's go to the swing on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, we're a little late for this one. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, still recent high. Day chart. It's got a lot of room to move with the day chart as a retrace, but it's going to take a while. There's resistance here at 19%, at 49 cents, 87 days, over 100% here. And then, wow, 250% here. So it could be worth it. Okay, any questions on ENA? Okay, let's look for another one on Altcoin Alert. And I'll probably pick up the pace a little bit so we can get some iCoinPro evaluations in here as well. So we did social activity, AA score, go to long-term sentiment. I'm matching that up with Elder Impulse Daily. These are longer term evaluations, often suited for, I still day trade off this information, but it can be better for the short-term swing trades. All right, YGG is bullish on both. Aster, don't know that one. Spell, Athena again. You'll often see overlap in these. Neo, it's an older project. Reef, Ethereum, interesting. Mode we've looked at before. Phantom, this is more my speed. Phantom and Wormhole, don't know that one. Secret, Metis. Let's look at Phantom. I like this one a lot to day trade. It's up 10% today. And should be on my list. Watch list you can create on your own. Click on this plus sign and just list the coins that you want to follow. Okay, FTM on the RTI 15-minute chart. And it looks like all the other ones we've looked at today. So it did really well when it broke below the 20 last time. Pumped up nicely from there. 11% to the red zone. Bounced around a little bit first. Then it made the final break here. Then the 50 break was right about here. So a couple candles up, again sideways and then up. Then the 80 was right about here. Kind of a fake out and then shooting up. So any of those would be good entries on as far as what we can see on the back testing. So your RTI alert, right click, crossing up for spot. Actually, I need to show you the trade both directions option. We're going to enter a channel, 80 on the top, 20 on the bottom. Once per bar close, long-term sentiment. Yeah, that one's in there already. Notifications. Yep. I'm just going to leave that as is. Click create. And so if this dips down below the 80 again, that's something I could short. If it does a bigger dip down below the 20 and comes back up, I can do a long position. And you can also set another alert for the 50 and the 80 like we talked about before on the other coins. All right, on the 1 hour. We're at the recent high on the 1 hour chart, as well as the 4 hour, the day. Even the days, though, we're not that far away. Well, yeah, we are. Yeah, you got 20%. Well, about 14% here to get to the high of June. And, almost 26% for the high in May. I think we've looked at some better than that as far as the day chart goes. But I like the 15-minute chart. And as you saw, I took that alert, added that to the ones I'd done earlier today. So we'll see what happens with FTM. Any questions on this one? Or Altcoin Alert overall? Actually, let's take a quick look at the 1 hour projected range. See if we have any candidates here. Yeah, this is what you'll get sometimes with this one, like a really gaudy number for the upper and then an equally gaudy number on the lower. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything I like here. But I like is like when the upper is green and the lower is green or very low red. Yeah. All right. Enough of that. Let's head over to iCoinPro, home with the 1, 2, 3 dip. And I took their 1, 2, 3 dip and modified it using the RTI. And that's what you see on the 15-minute chart. But that 15-minute chart is supposed to come close to duplicating the 1, 2, 3 dip and recovery. And they teach the 1, 2, 3 dip here at iCoinPro. So if you haven't seen that video, it is free, and it's there's a link to it on the emails I send. Okay, so I usually sort this RSI SPY function looking for values 30 and below, but we didn't have any this morning. We had a couple with Bitcoin pairs, but I don't trade those. Yeah, we just had this Tron and AVAX, it's Bitcoin pairs, and then the numbers shoot up. So that's not really useful to me as something that's been beaten down. But I can sort it the opposite way and look for coins to short. And then even if I find it with this sort, I will still often set up a long as well using the entering channel alert I showed you earlier. But I'm just not seeing anything here I like that much. Well, Bitcoin Cash is intriguing. So this one's really pumped up. We'll look at this as a kind of a short, and then obviously you can set an alert to catch the next pump on this. So we'll go to BCH, look at this one. For both options. Okay, this one's really pumped today. It usually means it's due for a dip. But I mean, it shot way up here on the RTI, almost to 300. It's pretty unusual. We don't see those kind of pumps real often. And it's still above the 80 considerably. So what we want is a dip down here, ideally below the 20 and a bounce back up, or above the 50 or above the 80. All those were profitable in the last couple days for BCH. So you can set the alert that you want or set all of them. Or you could do the entering channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom, once per bar close, and you know the rest. I already got 4 alerts today, so I'm gonna probably pass on this one. It might be played out, so we'll see. On the 1 hour chart, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. We're at a recent high. 4 hour, also day chart. Okay, day chart's got a little room to move. Got in now. The red zone would be 36%. Going back to June. Here's resistance here at 15%. Going back to July. So if you're willing to wait that long, those are, I think, reasonable entries coming out of the green zone. And we're in a super trend buy, and the Trendio just turned to green. So for a longer swing, I think that would be a reasonable entry. Any questions on BCH? Okay. We'll look at one more on iCoinPro and then wrap it up. Go to the Buddy Coin Crawler. So another tool there is I like to use. It'll show me what's moving that day. It doesn't really tell me which direction, but the direction doesn't matter that much to me. And I'm having a little slow computer issue. I'm usually looking for values 4% or higher on this average low to SMA sort. I don't see any of those. So could look at render. I used to trade this a lot, but it's off Bybit, which is my foreign exchange of choice. Let's see if it's somewhere else. RNDR. All right, it's on Coinbase. So look at this as a spot trade. Yeah, it has hit the red zone, bounced down, went for it again, didn't have enough gas, bounced down a little bit. So this one could be a candidate to break below the 20 or even or at least the 50. It didn't hit the 50 before, just missed at 55. So right click on the RTI, add an alert. Let's go crossing up. And you could do one for 20 and one for 50. I think I'll go with 50 on this one. Once per bar close. Alert name. This is a Buddy Coin Crawler. And notifications, do with that what you will. And that's the render trade on Coinbase on the spot trade. Okay. On the swing option on the 1 hour. Yeah, like most of the coins we've seen, we're at the current or recent high. 4 hour chart. Okay, we got some room to move on this one. And the signals go. We've got a fairly recent buy signal. Trendio LSMA is green. And you've got resistance up here to 15 to 18%, going back to late September, a couple of weeks ago. So I kind of like this swing trade based on the charts anyway. And that's an easy alert to set. Actually, you don't need an alert. You probably get in now. Or you could wait for the next buy signal. It'll print a sell, dip a little bit, and then a buy signal would come in, but I'm not sure if that's going to improve your current position. It could dip all the way down here to the green zone or even farther and then come back up. So set aside some funds for that additional purchase. Any questions on render as a swing or day trade? Well, that's all I have for Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro. Any questions about those overall or coins you want to look at? Have a quiet group today. Yeah, I hear a little garbling in the back. Is that somebody asking a question?
Yeah, I like the Turbo meme coin.
Turbo meme coin. You want to look at that one?
Yes.
Okay. Turbo meme coin. TURBO, just like it sounds? Or is it TRB or what's the ticker? I guess we'll
It's
find out.
Turbo. Yeah.
All right, it's on crypto.com, Kraken. Yeah, it's all over the place. On pretty much all the exchanges, all the foreign ones. It's on Blowfin as well. Look at that one. I think Blowfin's it's just, wait a second, see if it's on the spot trade there. Well, I'm not seeing it, so we'll go to the crypto.com chart. And yeah, I had a nice pump recently. Really big move. 27, over 30%, like that. It's above the 80 at the moment. I want to catch the next dip down. It didn't quite make the 20 the last time, down to 25. This might be one you want to set an alert at the 50. Catch this move here, and that would put you right ahead of this big move right here. So show that a little bit better. So that's the entry, break above the 50, the most recent one. Dips slightly and then pumps. So I like that 50 entry on this one. And even some of these over here that didn't go as far still would have been, pretty good trades in my mind. If you get in here and it goes up to here, that's 4 or 5% in 2 hours. I like that as a day trade. So yeah, I kind of like this one. And then on the hour, again, we're at a recent high on the hour chart. The 4 hour, about the same. 8 hour, same. Day chart. Yeah, all-time high. So that's a risky take. Trading this one, it's an all-time high. Once it breaks through up to say, 0.013 cents, that's price discovery. Or you could wait for the dip and the retrace. Maybe on the hour chart. Right click and just set up a new buy signal on this one. So you can't short it on Blowfin and some of the foreign exchanges. Trade it both directions. But as a spot trade, yeah, that's what I think I'd do. I'd wait for the next dip cycle and then the next break above. It probably won't happen today. Could be tomorrow or the next day, but that's what I do with that one. Any questions on Turbo? All right, we're at about 40 minutes, which is where I like to wrap it up. Any more questions before I do? All right. Well, if you're watching on the recording, I appreciate that, though I'd rather see you live on Mondays and Thursdays. Please check out the pinned comment. The opportunities listed there help fund the channel. and I will see you on Thursday. Have a good trading week. Bye.